Leon, did you finish loading everything? I think that's the voice I used.
We finished loading the game.
Yeah. Well, hi.
Hey, everybody.
We're doing this again. We're under the impression that Karakara has, just one chapter left?
Yeah, and I figure we may as well finish it because apparently the general reception to Amena Marginal has been not negative, but it's you guys don't have to do this if you don't want.
Yeah, Amena Marginal probably makes a lot more sense to just sit and read, but to voice it out and then load it to YouTube.
Don't kill yourselves doing this, please. And it's like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, no, but I kind of actually liked the characters in this one, and it shouldn't be too much longer.
This one's fine.
So let's just see how far this goes.
Yeah. So for, welcome back to Waifu Month. This is probably going to be, I'm guessing that there's probably going to be, because there's 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, left in February, which is Waifu Month. I'm guessing, depending on how long this is either on Monday or Tuesday that this is coming out.
Yeah, either way, hi.
Hey.
Almost done, but it's not going to mean that we'll never do...
quickly,
yeah. It doesn't mean we won't do waifu-related stuff in other months.
No, yeah, I mean,
just
that's
not
never been
we might never do kinetic novels again, though. Fuck
maybe.
these. Yeah, who's... Oh, no, wait, that's you. That's you.
Yeah! Who's going to drive today?
I'll drive first. You can drive on the way back.
Gotcha! Let's see you... Oh, wait. No, there's no let's. Gotcha! See you later then, Aisha.
Yeah, I think I've got the voices for these two down. Okay. Both of you take care. I think that's what I was doing. I've done so many voices this month.
I'm pretty sure that's correct, yeah.
Seriously, where in that body of hers do you think she hides all that food?
She moves and talks a lot, so she probably burns it all off quickly.
That still doesn't account for the sheer amount of stuff she crams into herself.
You sure do talk a lot about Asia.
What?
I mean Aisha. Lucia blushes and juts her head out at me.
I mean, she's so unguarded, don't you think? You just can't help but look after her.
You're driving and you're freaking out. You probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, you're right.
It's weird that we've got, multiple scenes with them in the car, but this time we've got to have it on the clouds.
Yeah, this time we're not allowed to see it.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Besides, you talk about her all the time, too. It's not just me.
Yeah!
Jeez.
I forgot it had that little thing.
Yeah, it does that.
Sometimes. Presumably unhappy at being called out on the fact that Lucia... Oh, on that fact, Lucia points out her cheeks and stares out the window.
Puffs
You're the
out
one
her
driving.
Cheeks.
You shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
The weather outside is fine as always. Come to think of it, the weather was like this back when we first found Aisha, too.
If anything, the weather's too fine. You never get any rain. That's the problem.
Yeah.
As opposed to other novels where there's always only one weather in any visual novel, right? That seems to be the trend.
No, actually, that's not entirely true. But in the ones that we've played, it seems to always be the case.
The only ones in Hundera can.
Sometimes they do change it up depending on whether or not it's a good visual novel or not.
You know what? Yeah, maybe.
Because they're telling a story, and weather can be a part of a story.
Yeah, I don't know. This is desert hell. We've been in rain hell. We've been in cat hell many times. Okay, anyways.
This is still technically part of cat hell.
Yeah, it is. It's just a different part. You know, I'm glad Aisha's here.
Giggling, Lucia says that with a peaceful look on her face. Mm-hmm. The car continues to make a beeline for the town, leaving clouds of dust in its wake. The sky seems much bluer today than usual.
It's an incredibly dry sky.
Yeah. As always, the deliveries conclude without any trouble.
This one was a deep voice girl. Yeah. Yo, Leon, here with Lucia today?
Also, as always, Cullen greets us after we finish our deliveries.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Cullen! We haven't seen you in a while.
Tell me about it. Been up to my neck in work. The thought of a beer over at your place is real appealing right now.
Since we haven't seen her since the fiasco with Lucia, we bring her up to speed with recent events.
The fiasco being that Lucia just took a day off and they
took a day
out.
off and you misunderstood.
Yeah. Huh. So sounds like you're getting along pretty well with your new staff? Yes.
Yeah! We're doing fine. Thanks for asking.
I'm surprised Cullen hasn't become an official part of the harem.
Yeah.
Seems like she would have.
Maybe she is, but she's just not, as involved.
She's going to assign herself to be like the personal cop of our cafe for reasons unknown. Interesting. I wonder what kind of girl she is.
She's been so caught up in her work that she hasn't had a chance to even meet Aisha yet.
Come and meet her sometime. She's a bundle of fun.
She's a ghost.
She's a dog. Yeah, that's what she sounded like so far. Things will probably calm down tomorrow, so I'll pop by.
Is Cullen also a dog, maybe?
I don't know. It makes sense if she's a dog person that she'd be the cop.
Oh, also, I figured out Aisha's whole, dogs learn things quicker. It's dogs learn tricks.
And cats refuse to?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that might actually be what it is. And it's you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but she's relatively, young-ish. So it's you teach a dog tricks.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess.
Or it could just be a personality thing.
After saying that, Cullen's smile takes on a more mischievous shape.
So, how's progress, Leon?
What?
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you haven't thought about sleeping together and whatnot. I know you have. I can see the desire in your eyes.
Cullen jokes with us in her usual facetious manner.
Hey, friend, how many of these things have you fucked today?
We, however, do not respond, as she may have expected. About that,
Well, you see...
Considering she just described what actually happened, both of us blush and avoid her gaze.
Huh? Hold on. Isn't this where Leon's supposed to give me his usual witty retort?
Sorry for not going by the script, but okay.
I get it. Don't need to tell the whole world about it. Well, then,
Cullen seems to have become strangely embarrassed and goes silent for a while.
She wishes it was her. Leon.
Yeah?
Should I go pick up some baby supplies for you?
No thanks. Please don't. She's like, no, but do though. Lucia looks like she wants to curl up and disappear. I also find the notion somewhat appealing.
The notion of having babies?
I have to say, this is actually very embarrassing. Go back to fish eyeing.
That was awful.
It shouldn't help that Cullen talked to us like she was embarrassed too. Honestly, I would have... It would have been better. Honestly, it would have been better if she joked about it like she usually does. On second thought, at least part of her probably meant what she said.
I wonder what would happen if we really did have one.
A cop? Wait, what? Don't you start on me too.
Well, it would get them another employee for the cafe.
Oh, Christ, no.
I said if we did, then...
And monkeys and cats can't breed anyway.
Well, you can't prove that in this setting.
The embarrassment is so thick you could cut it with a knife. We're not going to make it back in one piece like this. I roll down the window, allowing the wind to blow in and cool our flushed cheeks.
Oh, by the way, what did Cullen talk to you about before we left?
Huh? Oh, that. Well...
Non-stop fucking with dogs and cats. Do we have flashback voices?
I don't think so.
But put a filter on
No,
us.
I'm not putting a filter on this. Fuck that.
Yeah, I know. I'm heading back to the car first, then.
Sure. Lucia walks off toward the car parked a little ways in the distance. Why is this necessary, by the way? Why couldn't
we just had this scene?
I know.
Sorry, I don't mean to make it seem like she was in the way.
Don't worry about it. Is this still about that same issue?
Oh, is it the ghosts? Yeah, wait, wrong one. Yeah, did you see any noteworthy customers in the past week?
Ever since I became the owner of the restaurant, Cullen's come to me with this question from time to time. She wants to know if there are any customers who keep probing about personal matters, or whose eyes are a bit too restless to be simply looking for food. I'm instructed to report to her if I see anything unusual. Last week was business as usual. Nothing to report, ma'am.
Got it. That's the best we can hope for. Keep me posted about anything odd. Remind me how the parents died.
They just passed away. I don't think it's
they
even
didn't
explained.
specify?
No, I don't
okay.
think so.
At the same time, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to Cullen, the police are having problems with being short-staffed. Although the population has dropped, there are still as many issues as there are people alive. There are not nearly enough officers to investigate each and every case, so they rely on tips from informants like me.
So he's just, reporting any suspicious persons just in general. That's not the ghost. Okay.
Nothing much. Just the usual. How's the store? Where are we delivering to? Stuff like that. I thought I read how's the store wrong at first.
I could tell it sounded like he shifted gears. If you say so.
I thought I was reading it as though he was asking how's the store, and I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right. What did you think it was about?
I was just worried it was about the ghost. Yes, come on, the ghost. Yeah. I was worried it was about the ghost from before. That was some scary stuff.
Now that she mentions it, I do recall some talk about that.
If I get scared again, I'm going to make you comfort me. Got it?
Aisha's never going to let you hear the end of that. She'll be laughing at you for ages.
Only when we're alone, okay? I'll still be the big sister when all three of us are together.
Damn it, she's adorable.
Good voice for that.
We're back.
Oh, welcome back.
We're greeted by Asia's lovely voice. Were you in the middle of clean...
What?
That's a butt.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum. She's just rolling around on the floor.
Isha's cheerfully cleaning the floors while humming a tune.
Well, this will increase business, maybe.
There's nothing out of the ordinary about that. That is not the problem. The problem is her posture.
Yeah, which way is her spine going?
I don't know.
Look at the direction of her shoulders and her boob, and then
just read the goddamn line.
I'm an artist. I can't not see this.
We need to get off this screen.
Okay, there's a tough little stain here, so I'm giving it a good scrub.
The perpetrator herself seems unaware of the problem, but the fact is that she is cleaning with her back to us. Well, to put it simply, she's unknowingly giving us a full view of her rear end.
Why not just wear shorts under the skirt?
Asia, you know.
What is it?
Never mind. Keep it up.
I'm disappointed in you, Leon. Okay.
Asia continues as told, her posture unchanging, without a care in the world. My gaze naturally gravitates towards her. What? Lucia glowers at me.
I feel like I've seen a side of you I wish I hadn't.
Leon. What's that supposed to mean?
I know what you were looking at, you creep. Does that turn you on? Does looking at me turn you on too? You furry?
Well, that's...
Leon, answer me.
Oh, jeez. This question is way too high level. If I say no, she'll be like, so I'm not sexy enough for you, huh? And if I say yes, she'll give me the, ew, stay away from me, you creep, treatment. This is a lose-lose situation, damn it. I'm being bullied here.
No, you're not. Oh, my voice is getting a little weird. Hold on. Just edit that out.
Yeah.
Ha, I know that look. You're thinking I'll get mad at you no matter what you answer.
Then why'd you even ask?
Maybe because I love that look on your face. I got to see it, so I'll let you get off the hook for now.
She was being all cute and embarrassed just a while ago, too. I'd probably just make things more difficult for myself if I remind her of that, though. So I keep my mouth shut.
Oh, look. Icy is still cleaning the floors.
Really? Baited by her words, I flick my gaze in the direction Lucia is staring.
Again,
it's seriously
it's
there,
the same one though. They didn't make an extra one if they were going to come back to watching her. I half
expected it to be like, oh, but no, she's not actually there, and he was tricked.
I was half expecting that she was like laying on her back for reasons unknown, making a snow angel in the cleaning fluid.
Maybe I should teach her a lesson one of these days.
What?
I don't know. I don't know if that was
that's
vaguely threatening.
Teach her to wear some little shorts under the uniform, and then she can... The tail makes it hard to wear a skirt anyways.
No, it was going over the top of the skirt. There was like a hole cut in the back. Yeah.
Oh, then make her uniform less prone to that.
The sun is already setting when we finish cleaning, and by the time we've organized all the ingredients we bought, night has already fallen.
I would like another bowl, please. Again?
At dinner time, Isa continues her relentless assault on our food supplies.
A video game? We're trapped in one? Yeah. Were there no relics like these where you're from? Oh, okay. Yeah, post-apocalypse, so everything's rare. I'm not quite sure what a relic even is.
She's from Japan and she's never seen a video game. Oh god, she is.
Huh? I see it. You don't know what relics are? No, not at all.
I'm just flubbing.
She says no.
She gives us a cheerful no.
It's a line that wasn't necessary.
I see. Well, relics are... When the disaster struck, the vast majority of our cultural products were lost. But not all.
But this couch and this curtain and the lamp, those are all fine. Everything in this building and the car you use, those are fine. The building
included, we dubbed the ones that remained relics, and they became tools that underpinned the daily lives of the surviving human race.
Are your clothes relics? I see. So this TV is one of those relics as well. Are only electronics considered relics?
I guess. Would a TV still function in the post-apocalypse?
If you have a VHS or something.
No, I mean, like, do you think they get, like, a local cable or anything like that? Because they made a big deal out of the radio station.
You know what?
Down.
Yeah, in theory, there could be something. This apocalypse is really impossible.
It's a little confusing, yeah.
Well, you can call it a TV, but there are no broadcasts. Oh, it answered it. So it's really just a monitor.
Huh. Isa's curiosity seems to have been stirred up, and she stares intently at the game console and its cartridges.
I'm gonna go hunt some ducks.
It has cartridges, so it's got to be something older, yeah.
So would you put this cartridge in this machine, and then you would be able to play the game?
That's right! How about giving it a spin, then? I randomly select a cartridge and pop it into the console.
Please be Duck Hunt so that she can be the Duck Hunt dog.
And push the button labeled input. The power switch... Wait a minute, he flicks the power switch and then pushes the button labeled input.
Is it a PS2?
Is it the TV? Because it might be the... That would make sense because, yeah. It wouldn't make sense for, like, the console to have an input button. I was really confused for a second.
Oh, wow, there's something on the monitor.
I was like, what kind of a console has an input button?
I don't know.
The title screen of the game appears.
But this is not exactly the Sagamic language, is it? It's sort of similar, though. No, it's in English? Oh, it's in Japanese. She should know this. Yeah, it's called Japanese. Apparently it's one of the languages that Sagamic was based on. Oh, dear. What should I do? I can't play the game if I can't read the language.
Don't worry. I'll tell you what's going on, so give it a try.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Asa grips the controller excitedly.
What? Look, I forgot about the baby hands.
Yeah. Tiny little baby hands.
What kind of controller is that?
Like a
if it was an Xbox, you wouldn't be able to hold it with those hands. So we'll eliminate that.
It could be a white Xbox controller. It's wired. It could also potentially be and I've never seen this, but maybe like a white like a Wii Pro controller. Not Wii U or Switch, but Wii straight up.
Aren't those normally kind of rounded? I don't.
Yeah, maybe.
That thing's lopsided
right.
too.
Yeah, a little bit. It's no controller I'm familiar with immediately off the top of my head.
No.
Ro obuzalisto. It means law of the East, I think. Ro obuzalisto.
Isto.
Oh. Okay.
That's an I.
Would
that be Japanese?
Nah, this is English. Back when the game was made, it was apparently cool in Japanese culture to give things English names. That was not English.
Now in the apocalypse, we've just
Romanized
combined
Japanese.
the two.
Yeah.
That seems sort of confusing. In any case, I'll give it a try.
The game starts after Isa presses the button.
That's how it goes.
Ro Obuza Iesto is a story about a police officer who kept the peace in a region once known as the East.
Lots of words just appeared. Let's see here. It says, I'm a sheriff. Today I'm gonna shoot some lawbreakers dead. That is a rather violent story.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought too when I first played it.
Can I point out real quick? This is the only situation, and I just realized it. This is why it exists this way. For them to have the full character portraits and then the faceplates at all times is so when it is literally a CG that they want to hang on the entire time, they can have the miniature faces in the bottom left show that stuff off. We were questioning for a while why it is that when the characters are on screen, even when they're doing like here's a picture of one character on the right and then one on the left, and they like bop around and change emotion, they still kept the faceplates.
I think they could have
and it's like
planned this better.
They potentially could have just cut those out through every other situation in the game, to be honest, because those are not necessary anywhere else. But in situations like these, that's why they were.
They could have drawn it so that Lucia was next to her on the couch. That too, yeah. Zoomed it out just slightly.
But it allows them to change emotions too, because they had Isa had a different emotion when she came in.
I guess.
And she was like, this is a violent story.
They
she
could
had a
have
different face
edited
on
the 2D picture just slightly.
Oh, that would have been difficult.
I
don't think that they would have wanted to do that.
Oh, it's not that different.
I don't know.
It's anime faces. They're already designed so that the mouth can flap.
There's a lot of hair and a lot of other things going on.
That doesn't stop anyone. Look, you can see her eyelashes through her bangs.
Come on, let's keep going. Press the button, Isa.
Okay, what might this be? It's one of them lawbreakers. What to do? A, shoot. B, talk it out. C, ask what his favorite food is.
Isn't C also talking it out?
Kind of. Does C not seem a little out of place? That's what I thought too.
That's probably the kind of game it is. So, Isa, what do you want to do?
I'll ask him about his favorite food then.
Isa moves the cursor to C and presses the button.
Dead. The screen turned all red and some words are appearing. She's so scared of words.
Well, it looks like you messed up.
What kind of fool asked a lawbreaker about his favorite food? He takes it as an insult and shoots me. The end. I almost said the dead.
The dead.
That is not fair. Food is a very important thing to talk about.
I thought you'd say that.
What if the food he eats is really out of the ordinary? That's what you meant by important?
Well, I guess it's the game being weird then. The others, perhaps slightly inexplicably, nod in agreement to my comment, but it fails to garner the approval of the game, as evidenced by the bad ending that remains on the screen.
Leon, I think this might not be the best game for a beginner.
Doesn't seem that hard.
Well, I
agree wholeheartedly.
If you give her a few more minutes with it, she'll suddenly be like ESPN level good at this game.
I have no idea what the people back then were thinking, but you would need a pretty weird sense of humor to find this funny.
Alright, let me try again. I'll try not to get shot this time. Huh? She likes it, I think.
I guess taste really is subjective. Bubbling with excitement, Isa grips the controller again.
Z. I believe she has fallen asleep.
It's not every day you get to see Lucia falling asleep first.
Video games put her in a coma.
After that, Isa became completely absorbed in the game. Lucia started to nod off, not even 30 minutes in, so I took her to bed. It didn't take long for Isa to get the hang of it, and she breezed through the rest of the game. She really does pick things up quickly. Huh.
It feels quite odd for us to be talking like this.
Yeah! It's always been the three of us together since that day, after all. The two of us whisper to each other, keeping our voices low so as not to wake Lucia. It occurs to me that being like this in bed is probably a first for both of us.
Oh, that reminds me. There is something I would like your help with.
What is it?
Sex.
Oh, don't know.
I said that I came here to find work, right?
Uh-huh. I remember her saying that when we first made our introductions here.
Actually, that was not my real goal. Please be a ghost hunter. Please be.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
She was running from the cops.
Hope so.
Isa's lips curl into a small smile. Soon after, her expression turns gentle.
I actually wanted to search for my mother. Oh, okay, she
Your
goes...
mother?
Yes, we became separated when I was very young, and I've never seen her since.
I see. Thinking back, I don't think I've ever heard Isa mention her parents. That kind of topic is understandably difficult for her to bring up on her own.
Then I heard that there was a radio tower and station in Sagami, Francisco. I thought those might allow me to search for her while working somewhere at the same time.
I see. Yeah, there's nothing like that anywhere else after all. This is the only fucking radio tower? Jesus Christ.
I mean, maybe the others all got attacked by something.
That gigantic radio tower is a symbol of Sagami, Francisco. It's both a relic that offers us vital clues into our own history and a crucial tool for communicating information. Huh, that's a shame though. Your goal might have been to stay unfulfilled for a while. Your goal might, have to be, okay, whatever.
Why might that be?
The radio tower is broken.
Oh well.
That is the very mishap that sent Cullen on a wild scramble throughout the town that time.
Oh, I see. Then I suppose there would be no way to broadcast anything on the radio.
Aisha looks visibly crestfallen. But you can file a missing persons report whenever you want. In fact, we can go do that tomorrow.
What are the odds, though, that, like, coming here has taken her, across a continent further away from her mother than she could possibly have ever been?
She's like, oh no, my mom's missing. And her mom's, like, 2 blocks down buying milk. And she's like, I need to go to another country to find her.
Yeah, and also, like, how far is the reach of the only radio tower in the world?
A radio tower arguably doesn't have a very big reach to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, even very large ones are maybe 2 states away.
Yeah, so you're really limiting yourself a little there.
Yeah.
Have you tried retracing steps or catching her scent because you're a dog?
Yeah.
Really? Could we?
The earlier the better, right? After all, if they manage to get the broadcast working again, they'll be going through the requests in the order they get them.
Oh my, thank you very much.
The way she flips from one expression to the next is really adorable. Looking at her, I find it difficult to imagine what kind of people her parents are.
Dog people.
All right, let's go take a look after the deliveries tomorrow.
Okay. Later.
Yeah, in the morning.
Okay, I think that's the last of it.
Right, off we go then.
Are you going to be back late today?
I told Lucia about the plan to stop by the radio tower. Colin said she's coming today, so flip that. I slurred that so bad.
That's fine.
So we'll try to make it back as early as possible.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll finish cleaning. I'll finish up the cleaning beforehand, then. All right, then. Lucia, we're off. Take care. Yay, I get to ride in the car. No, that's
is
wrong
this the
voice.
first time that we've seen this, actually?
You know, I think so. It's the same dude picture.
Yeah.
But I think this might be the first time she gets to be in the big girl seat.
Neat. Usually she's in the trunk.
Yeah. I do believe this is the first time I've been out with Leon like this.
Yeah, I think you're right. The only time the two of us have ever been alone together in the car before this was the time we went looking for Lucia.
Look at her tiny, tiny little hands. What kind of place is this radio tower?
You've never seen the thing up close?
She's new here. No, I have not.
You didn't go take a look when you first came here?
You found me passed out on the side of the road. Everything was so new to me, and there was so much to figure out that the thought did not cross my mind.
True. In that situation, finding a place to sleep and work would come first. The radio tower, well, a pretty mysterious structure.
Mysterious?
I mean, first of all, no other town has one.
He's kind of like staring down at her lap or something.
He always has that weird face on.
Note that it's been stated that he drives his car at 100 miles an hour.
It's not even looking out the window.
Wow, I'm quite excited to see it.
It's like 150 miles an hour. Let me just glance to the side.
Look at some of that thighs she's showing.
I see. To Isa, the unknown is something to be excited about. What about me? When did my excitement for the unknown run dry? Such thoughts cross my mind as I stare out into the distance where the road meets the sky. After finishing the deliveries, we head straight for the radio tower. North of town, only a few minutes by car, the tower sits atop a small patch of high ground.
It's gonna be... I was thinking it was gonna look like complete shit. But it looks normal.
Yeah, it looks like a radio tower.
Yeah. Wow, that is breathtaking.
Right? I was pretty awed by it the first time, too. It's been a long time since I last saw the radio tower, but it feels as unique as ever. A massive spire of steel, nearly 100 meters tall. It exudes an aura of presence unlike anything else. Jumbled assortments of metallic debris cling to it here and there, haphazardly.
And it's broken.
Apparently it started out as a simple metal tower, but successive trial and error attempts at improving the signal quality resulted in the appearance we see now.
What do you think would happen if they took all that junk off the tower?
Who knows? Maybe even that's a mystery to them.
Relics seem like a lot of trouble.
Our infrastructure rests upon the foundation of things whose workings none of us can be responsible for. It's not only our communication system, our electricity, sewage systems, and even some of our factories are dependent on lost technologies.
So that might be why they all wear clothes that look normal. Like there's probably textile factories that are still in use.
Maybe.
I guess that works.
Many of those lost technologies are irreplaceable. Once we lose them, they're gone for good. This is a really depressing world to live in.
But it's got cat girls in it.
Like, okay, hear me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like... It's like a weird RPG where it's like, oh, it's desert and it doesn't rain anymore and we've got lost hidden technologies, but the technology they have is all contemporary. So it's things like, oh man, I'm going to drive around in this relic and it's just like a shit car. And it's like, oh yeah, man, basically. Our clothing are all relics because our textile factories, if they disappear, they're gone forever. But it's like a t-shirt and jeans and it's like, dude, that's lame. It's just incredibly lame.
Well, it kind of just makes sense. It's like if the world ended today, then the people living after the end would be scrambling for incredibly valuable things from bygone eras, like a can of Pringles.
Like it does. I'm not even like denying that. That totally makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, aw. That's kind of lame. Because with the other series, if it's post-apocalyptic and they're relying on lost technology, it's like, I have a mech suit. And it's like, oh, cool.
Well, I think what's more depressing is the fact that they haven't reverse engineered anything.
Yeah, that's also really, really dumb. Why the fuck would you not learn how to do that immediately?
Like, I'm sure it's hard, but how could this entire structure be completely functional up until recently? And it has people who run it and know how to broadcast on it, and not once has anyone found a manual somewhere that might help them explain how to replicate
what's
this.
even more infuriating about that concept is that he said it didn't start out this way. It was originally a metal tower, and then they added to it, and through trial and error figured out how to boost the signal.
Then make another
and it's
one.
Like, well... No, because the tower is a lost technology, but it's like, if you guys are improving upon it that much, why didn't anybody just go, okay, look, let's figure out how it works to begin with. Like, let's just figure out the tower itself.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm confused.
I don't know. Neither of us are engineers. Maybe this is way harder than it sounds.
I guess. But you'd think after, like, society's collapse, generations upon generations later, at least someone would figure out how to do anything with infrastructure.
Well, we brought Isia, and she's real good at learning.
Whatever went wrong with the radio tower this time, for example, may have put it to rest forever.
Look at all of that fucking VHS tier stuff over there.
Yeah. At the base of the tower is the radio station, with an attached studio.
Wow, there are so many things I've never seen before.
Nobody else has broadcasting equipment after all.
Because we destroyed all the rivals.
We take a look at the bulletin board beside the broadcast booth. Oh, it looks like they haven't managed to fix it yet.
I see.
Right across from the broadcast booth is a large machine connected directly to the tower. A group of people who look like staff members are gathered by the machine, presumably trying to fix it.
Leon, what might this be?
They say it's another one of those relics that survived the disaster. It's a communications device.
They hold
Is it
up like a
microphone?
plastic walkie-talkie. Wow, this is a relic too?
Though both are relics, this is much bigger than the TV and video games we were playing yesterday. It is rare to see a relic of this size anywhere in the world. The thing is, we know how to use them, but once they break down like this, it's really hard to fix them.
Yes, the person who made it is no longer here after all. That's never been that big of a barrier to stuff like this.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to analyze videos of when it was working and figure out how to fix it. To the side of the big machine, the group of people are watching a video on a monitor. It's difficult to tell from this distance, but they seem to be watching an explanatory video on the functions of this device.
So they're watching the equivalent of grill skill, and they still can't figure it out.
They don't get that hot drinks really get you going.
Yeah, well, this thing's on stage 5, and they need to keep it alive.
They pick you up when you feel you're slowing.
Okay, I don't remember any other grill
okay,
skill
go
lines.
Ahead. Keep
They all look pretty grim.
I guess they haven't figured out how to fix it yet. Like Isa said. I keep fucking her name up.
Well, we still never figured out for sure how you say it.
Like Isa said, there are no happy expressions on the faces of the people gathered around the monitor.
Which of us should be the DJ?
It's a girl voice, so you can do it.
How does it look? Just gonna do normal
The
voice.
radio DJ ventures to ask them about the situation.
No luck. We're totally in the dark, and watching this thing isn't helping. Man, it sure would be nice to start broadcasting again. I hear you, but nothing's gonna happen until we find some clues.
A number of engineers are working at the machine, but the situation does not look good. All of them have their arms folded and their brows furrowed. This looks like it's going to take a while. What do you say we come back later? Huh? Isa? When I turn to look, Isa is no longer at my side.
Huh. Oh god, she's learning it.
Instead, she's right in front of the monitor. Mixed in with the engineers and staff members, she nods as she watches the video.
Who might you be? Hey, young lady, you like watching this? Yes, it's exciting to watch how instruments I've never seen before work.
What's that girl doing? With a sigh, I walk towards Isa. Come on, Isa, we're leaving.
Leon, can we stay a little longer, please? She's gonna end up fixing the thing.
Though Isa is watching with intense curiosity, I grab her arm and forcibly pull her away.
Yeah, it's like he hasn't learned the one character trait she has.
They're not playing a video game. We shouldn't be distracting them.
I'm sorry.
You sure are curious about things, though, aren't you?
Her mouth is floating away a little bit.
Yeah. Her curiosity isn't limited to the radio tower. In fact, whenever something as much as stirs in her view, she always runs over to take a look.
Yes, because the place where I used to live is way out in the countryside.
Really? I thought our restaurant was already in the middle of nowhere. How much more rural could things get?
Sitting on the dirt, maybe? The biggest problem we had was electricity.
Electricity?
Oh, she lived in the Thunder Plains. Every so often our lights would not turn on.
Ugh, that's pretty rough. If that happened to us, we may as well close up shop for the day. How do any actual cooking... Oh,
How do any...
Sorry. We do any actual cooking with gas, so that is fine. But losing the oven and fridge would make it impossible to do business.
That is why being able to use electricity freely is already amazing to me.
Yeah, it certainly would be if that's the kind of lifestyle you had before. Still, I hadn't expected her to dash off into the crowd of staff members. Am I seriously going to have to give her the "Don't follow scary strangers" lecture?
Ah!
Aisha suddenly cries out.
Leon, stop, please! What is he doing?
What? You mean the car?
Yes!
150 miles an hour. I stop the car as requested.
She gets out, walks away.
As soon as I do, Isa opens the door and dashes
Never
out.
seen again.
Isa? What in the world is going on? Bewildered, I run after her. Isa? Once I catch up to her, I immediately realize why she wanted to stop. This is indeed the kind of thing that you can't ignore once you see it.
Oh shit! A real animal. Do you think it's okay? It's so hot out here. Oh, was it in a box? Who did this?
I don't know. It says, adoption doesn't exist anymore. Aisha is gently cradling a small puppy. The poor thing must have been abandoned. Pretty awful thing to do.
Looks like a Shiba.
Yeah. The amount of dog food and water in the nearby cardboard box seems more like a cruel joke than an apology. The one saving grace is that he hasn't been out here for very long. I doubt he'd last even a day at this rate.
You'd think he'd have been eaten by a snake.
Or some kind of bird.
Yeah. I wonder if it has been here alone all this time.
Probably not a good thought. I have no idea what its owner was thinking, or what reason there may have been, but this is not an acceptable outcome.
Which of us is the dog?
Oof.
Oh, it made a little sound just now.
That's good. It's still strong enough to bark.
Right, we'll have to get it some water and food and then get it some shade. Oh.
At that point in her sentence, Isa realizes something and looks up to me.
Leon, could we?
The look in her eyes is apologetic, but also compelling. From where I stand, it's like two puppies are staring back at me. Ha ha!
Leon?
Yeah, we can! We'll take it back with us and take care of it. My preemptive answer brings about an almost comical change in Isa's expression.
Leon! everything.
Whoa, not so fast.
Is this dog gonna grow up into a human?
I don't know.
Huh?
I said we'll take it back. If we're keeping it at home, then we're all taking care of it. We can't have you hogging all the responsibilities now, can we?
Thank you, Leon.
In the apocalypse, dogs are very good meat. And the store was running low because she kept eating all of our food. Come on, let's hurry up and go home. There are plenty of things we have to get ready after all.
Right, of course.
Aisha looks at the puppy.
I'm so happy for you. You have a home now.
Her gaze is tender, like that of a mother.